Have you ever had that pain that just suddenly happened and you don't know why? Where you're reaching for something, or you got out of bed and put weight on your foot, and then all of a sudden you rolled your ankle, or you were walking on a sidewalk that was completely flat, and then all of a sudden your knee gives out. That is what this segment is going to be about. So, I hear all the time, if somebody has pain, it just suddenly happens. And it doesn't have to be a client of mine, it can be a friend. And my thought that always runs through my head is pain doesn't just suddenly happen unless you are touched by an external force, such as a bus, somebody landing on your ankle, football injuries when you get tackled, things like that. Those are external forces that can cause an injury because you don't have control over the force that's going to be exerted on you. However, we are built in these bodies, we are created and move in these bodies, and they are designed to handle our body weight. However, over time, due to stress and strain of a lifestyle that wasn't meant for us, such as working at a desk or driving a lot, things like that is very sedentary, our bodies start to break down and they stop strengthening the areas that are needed for our lifestyle outside of work. So to recap, it's your work style versus your fun style, and it's all about finding the balance and training the in-between. So if you know you're going to work for 8 hours for the rest of your life every single day, except for Saturday and Sunday, how do you expect to run marathons if you're never working on those muscles that are needed for a marathon? Now, don't get me wrong, some people can do that. Some people can just get out of their house and run a 5K and never have trained for it in their lives. There are exceptions. But if you are the person who just suddenly had pain, these are just things to consider. There could be warning signs such as small tweaks, waking up wrong, maybe in your neck, pulling a muscle for the first time, spraining, rolling an ankle, things like that can be the first warning signs that your hips are unstable. And then understanding, in what position were you injured? Was it when you were taking a step to the right? Was it when you were reaching overhead into the cabinet? How many times do we do this? Not a lot. So understanding that posture, what movements do you do in your daily lifestyle compared to how you injured it? And that can normally draw a correlation between, oh hey, I don't reach up overhead very often, no wonder I pulled my muscle. Or maybe there were warning signs before you even pulled it that caused it to become harmful. So there are other things like diet, anxiety, just in general your mental state and well-being that can also affect injury, but that's on a different spectrum than what I'm used to seeing. But just ask yourself, pain doesn't just suddenly happen. How did I get here? And how can I improve it in order to make it better? Because if you want to be good in all areas, then you have to train good in all areas. At least that's how I feel, that's how I train. I know when I play volleyball, I have a lot of things to work on. I need ankle stability, I need knee stability, I need hip stability, I need a good core, and I need to be able to swing my arms. And so if I'm working at a desk 24/7 like this, I'm not going to have good shoulder mechanics. And over time, things are going to tell me that, ow, my back hurts, ow, my low back hurts. And just know, in conclusion, where the pain is might not necessarily be where the pain is coming from. So your low back could be an indicator of the knee that you just sprained. So keep things in mind and let me know if you have any questions.